And one more thing that I need to bring out. Remember that video? Of course you don't. That I did a week ago. It's slowly starting to creep up again. Bring your LDS missionaries home now. And that was the thumbnail. It's just 6 minutes, 48 seconds. And it started by getting 100 in half a day. And then flatlined. Then conference came around, and the first 2 sessions, I understood why it flatlined. Can you? Travis Wayne Goodsill. There was a news story last night from Springville, Utah, that didn't make the YouTube videos on those various local news stations. Here's ABC4 News KTVX, Salt Lake City, talking about the incident. Churchgoer arrested on child pornography charges. Kaya Armstrong, yesterday, 8:15 p.m. Springville, Utah, ABC4. A Springville man was arrested on March 29th on child pornography charges after detectives received a tip. Police say they received a tip on March 29th about a man they were told had child pornography on his cell phone. When detectives looked at the suspect's phone, they found 4 images depicting boys ranging from approximately 8 to 16 years old. I'm assuming it's more than just pictures of boys to constitute pornography. The suspect, Kevin Sykes, 54, has a position in a church where he works with young men and boys in the same age range as those depicted on his phone. So like I said, I hope those images are actually consistent with what would typically be considered porn. Sykes was arrested and booked into Utah County Jail on 4 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor. Detectives want to encourage anyone who might have been victimized by Sykes to call them at 801-851-4010. So what you're not getting is from GephartDaily.com. Gethart. Does he still do that segment? 21 hours ago, Springville man, LDS Church Youth Advisor. So, since the church pulled out of the Boy Scouts, the Scout leaders are now coming into being youth advisors. So, but that's not the real problem. Even though, yes, sex trafficking I did see reported as being up this year than previous years ever. It's the fact that the news, which has Mormons running it, purposely kept the church out of the news story. Because like I said, I see a connection with pulling out from the Boy Scouts. But ABC4 News Utah and whatever this top story is, Utah man in youth leadership position at local church arrested for child pornography. KSL TV, Utah County man who works with youth at church arrested for child pornography. ABC4 News Utah, churchgoer arrested on child pornography charges. Position in his sheriff.utahcounty.gov. The suspect in this case, Kevin G. Sykes, 54 of Springville, has a position in his church where he works with young men and boys in the same age range as ... topnews-usa.com. Uh-oh, it went national. Springville man, LDS Church Youth Advisor. Uh-oh. KJZZ. Everybody puts in jazz. There's no vowel. Springville man arrested after police allegedly find child. ... according to police, Kevin G. Sykes has a position in his church where he works with young men. So you can see there's a cover-up. Only the World News and Gephardt covered it. Let me check. No, can't find them. Okay. So, this is what I've noticed with my videos. Now that conference is over, I've tanked. I've gone back to normal. This shouldn't happen. If nobody was tampering with the algorithms, I should expect that when I get a big boost, like conference or a breaking news story that people are searching for, that they'll find my channel, and there will be those who like and subscribe. And I should expect over time a steady increase in the number of subscribers and the number of views per video on a regular basis, with the occasional bump ups that would help to increase over time, because other people have connections, and those people get referred, and those people get referred, and those people get referred, etc. And so a bump over time. Conferences are the big event for Mormonism. And so I shouldn't see back to normal viewing. Something happened. The videos are flatlining. Even the breakout videos, they're flatlining for the last couple of days. There's a cover-up going on to distance the church from crimes being committed by Mormons incited by the church. And if you're unfamiliar with such a cover-up, all you have to do is look at my conference reviews. All but 2 of the 5 normal viewing. The other 3 are breakouts. And the one is connected with a breakout that was the month before video that is always guaranteed to be a breakout once conference comes around. And sure enough, the week of conference started to take off, and then with conference kept on going, and it's now in the top 10, all-time top 10. There is a Helaman 6 chapter 22, or Helaman chapter 6 verse 22 and 23 going on, as I'm 24, a whistleblower, and it's sad that such horrific things are going on, and in my case, attempted murder. I saw Zelensky's news clip title. He's calling Putin using hunger as a weapon. That's what they've done to me. And I can't get my government to do anything to stop it, because they're compromised to the church. I am destroyed because everybody's compromised to the church. Even the YouTube employee compromised to the church. And you guys don't see this. You don't understand unless you're one of the contributors. That doesn't seem reasonable. Why would the church focus on you, Travis? They don't know you. You're not important to catch their attention. Well, I draw your attention to my most popular video on TWG. Breaking LDS news, Russell M. Nelson changes temple covenants again. 7.9K. It's sort of stalled there for quite a while now. But you guys don't know the backstory. I'm the cause of him changing it again. Because I sued the church. This had to do with the first one, where Waddups refused to recuse himself as a Mormon. And so he used his concluding argument to dismiss my petition for redress of grievances, violating my First Amendment right, having refused to recuse himself, by claiming that I was using an ad hominem when I threw in the inverted pentagram symbol used by the church. Ad hominem? That was carved in stone evidence. That's why Mormons cannot be judges when the church is either the plaintiff or the defendant. They were on the plaintiff's side in 2008. And then they were on the defendant's side in 2019, and then again in the second one in 2020. And so you guys don't understand. You've probably heard about Kay Birmingham suing the church on behalf of her client, Gaddy, whatever her name was. And so it's Gaddy versus COP. And Kay Birmingham wrote one book, so she thinks she's an expert on church history. And I have no idea how she's doing. She's getting punked. Plain and simple. She's not going to go anywhere. She won't win her case. Even though she has the chief judge now. But you'll remember, Judge First was fired. Why? She was passing and headed for continuation as a magistrate judge, but then Gaddy versus COP came along and she allowed it to proceed. And then all of a sudden we find out from the news, the first woman ever as a magistrate judge in the Utah courts, gone. And the justification? The good old boys club dug back into her past to find a case where it was a drug possession charge. So everybody agreed, and so she sent it to the drug court. That's what you do. But that person, after being processed through the drug court, ended up obtaining a gun and shooting I think a police officer. And so they said it was her fault for not prosecuting him, convicting him. It was pretty flimsy, but we all know what happened. Salt Lake Tribune didn't make the connection. Again, like the news about the Mormon with child porn. They remove the church from association. And so, if you were paying attention, yeah, both sides, Kay Birmingham and the church, called for her recusal because she'd been fired. And she recused. And then guess who they assigned her to? Well, there are backstories you do not know. And if Mormons would pull their heads out of the bleep, bleep, bleep sand and actually do the research that they refuse to do to learn the truth about the church, 19 July 1840, even 17 March 1842. I saw a thing on Kate Kelly. She's doing an interview sharing about how they were excommunicated. All she needs to do is refer to that Joseph Smith session. And she doesn't. She doesn't push it. She does her own thing. I remember telling a follower of Kate Kelly who wishes to remain anonymous and shushed me at our ward outing. She didn't want to be exposed as being a supporter of Kate Kelly, and I don't understand. Yeah, let women wear slacks. I don't approve of the fashion style. But let them wear whatever they want. Dear God. Why was this an issue with the church? But yeah, after they excommunicated Kate Kelly, guess what they did? Oh yeah, missionaries can wear slacks. Oh yeah, you can wear slacks at church, no problem. Yeah. It had nothing to do with slacks. It had to do with women. They don't like women. All these abuses towards women is because they don't like women. So yes, after Kate Kelly, oh yeah, we're allowing the women's organizations to join in meetings. and have more of a voice. It had nothing to do with that. They're still not given priesthood. They still don't have priesthood office. And having a voice doesn't mean the prophets are going to do what they say. I mean, you just saw Sister President Bingham groom, like Giselle Maxwell, for Nelson, for polygamy. If you're unfamiliar, I refer you to this top video of mine, The Law of Chastity Changed, and I put it in the court documents. And so Mormons refuse and avoid and stay away from videos like LDS Church pushes Constantine lie after conference. Punishment for false accusers of Joseph Smith. No, Mormons, April 6th is not the birthday of Jesus. That's actually up to 40 views in 11 hours. That's pretty good for pre-conference videos. As is Plain and Precious Truths of Book of Mormon. See, I was trying a different tactic. There's, Plain and Precious. Oh, those are trigger happy words of faith promotion. Book of Mormon, yay! But the thumbnail gives it away. But Bruce R. McConkie to bear false witness. 27 views in one day. Now, nobody cares. That is a bombshell, guys. But Mormons will not learn the truth. They avoid it, they're afraid of it, they run and hide. And instead, go after correcting Mormon Second Coming theology. 63 views in one day. Second Nephi 25:19, over a solar eclipse in Russia. 600 years from the time Lehi left Jerusalem. So yes, I did it for today. Punishment for false accusers. And then April 6th is not his birthday. But 19 July 1840, you see it everywhere. The Australian Church, or the Australia newspapers caught the church with tax fraud violations in Australia. The church, tax fraud violations. Do you know how they've taken down Al Capone? Tax fraud. Everybody knows this. Wesley Snipes, tax fraud. He was in Expendables when he got out. And they used that in the movie. It was hilarious. You should have seen what the church did to me in 2008. Locked up with Brian David Mitchell and Curtis Allgaier and other big bad meanies. And they're wondering what the hell I'm doing there. I'm too pretty to be one of them. Yeah, I filed a petition for redress of grievances. Oh man, you are pure evil. Just following my First Amendment rights. Oh man, they're going to give you the death penalty. Yep, I'm a translator. And the church sought to destroy me. And so I don't understand why Mormons run and hide from the truth. And that they think that if they don't hear about it, that they'll be protected. No. The more brainwashed you are, the more of a bubble you're in, the greater the fall of your faith crisis. I keep warning you about this. and you don't listen, you don't care. And then it happens, and it's too late to say, I told you so. And so, yeah, LDS April 2022 4th Session Review General Conference. It's now flatlined, even though it reached 933 views 3 days ago. It was actually 2 days ago, but flatlined after Monday. But that, everybody was watching that. And then all of a sudden it just flatlined. Because the church doesn't want you to watch it. They had Elder Cook saying, oh, everything's fine, Joseph Smith, papers, oh yeah, positive and happy, it's okay, trust us, but don't look at it. Just trust what I'm telling you is happy, positive feeling stuff. Stay away from Travis's videos, it's fake news. 19 July, 1840. Any Mormon who refuses to watch it are the enemy. They are knowingly the enemy. You need to read it. Learn the truth.